So today I just want to talk about something that really got on my nerves this past week. But before I get into that, I would like to talk about a previous story with a Dodge dealership that a friend of mine had with his Hellcat. So if you don't know who SRT Mush is, you can look him up on Instagram or YouTube. I met up with him at the Demon event and we hung out that evening, and he's a pretty cool guy. The issue he had is he has I'm not sure if it's a 2015 Hellcat or a 2016, but it's a Charger Hellcat. And basically what he had done is put a K&N drop filter in it, so didn't even have like a different cold air intake or anything like that. And down the road he started having problems with the supercharger, and the bearings went out in it. So as anyone would do, you take your car that is completely under warranty to the Dodge dealership, and they're supposed to fix it, right? For I guess you that don't know, whenever bearings go out in that supercharger, you have to get the entire unit replaced, and plus labor is going to be about $12,000. Now, SRT Mush did tell me that there is a guy that can, I guess has figured a way out to replace them, but it's still like $1,000 or $2,000. But if your car is under warranty, there's no need for that anyways, right? So he took his car to the dealership and they did their inspection and went over it, you know, possible causes, stuff like that. And you will not believe what that fucking dealership told him. They came back and told him that the K&N drop filter that he put in his car caused his supercharger to go out. And the reasoning behind this was they were saying that the aftermarket filters increase airflow by just not having as much like filtration as the stock OEM ones. So that was the reasoning behind it, saying that dirt essentially got into a supercharger and ruined the bearing. So that struck a nerve with a lot of people. Unfortunately, he got a hold of some guys like higher up at Dodge, and he took it to another Dodge dealership, and they actually did like 100 and some point inspection. And it was like, yeah, I mean, it's under warranty. We're not going to, you know, the warranty isn't voided because of the filter. So we got that taken care of, and I'm glad you got that taken care of. And I'm sure other dealerships pull this kind of shit, and honestly, it's just so stupid. You know, some guy goes out and spends $60,000, $70,000 on a new car, puts a drop-in filter in it, $12,000 supercharger goes out, and they're saying they're not going to cover it because what he did to the car caused it to fail. When, you know, at the end of the day, they just don't want to take the time and money and resources to replace it. So that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth about Dodge dealerships. Not necessarily the Dodge brand, but the dealerships. And that brings me to the main reason as to why I'm making this, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. So that brings me to the thing that I'm mainly pissed off about today. And that is the fact that we have a subscriber that watches Muscle vs. Tuner, watches my videos. He's a Mopar guy, just like me, and he happens to be a disabled Army vet. So he's wheelchair bound, he's paralyzed from, I believe, the waist down. But he's a really cool dude. He Snapchat me a few times, and you know, I talked to him back and forth some. But I got home from the Demon event last week, and a couple of days later, he sent me a Snapchat video that said, well, Bobby, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to get the new Demon because it only comes in manual, and it only comes in the color red. So the whole color thing isn't that big of a deal, even though they don't only come in red. I know that for a fact. They come in a variety of different colors. As a matter of fact, they had 3 different colors at the reveal. But that's not what really pissed me off. The thing that pissed me off is this dude, you know, he is a disabled Army vet, so he has to have an automatic car. Now this guy has I can't remember if it's a Charger Hellcat or a Challenger Hellcat. I think it's a Challenger Hellcat, but I'm not sure, don't mark my word on it. But either way, he has a Hellcat. And he has to have an automatic to be able to drive. And the dealership told him that they only come in the color red, as he told me, and that they also said the first 3,000 of them will only be in a manual transmission. First off, the whole United States is only getting 3,000 of them, as we know so far. Second off, Tim Kuniskis, I believe that's how you say his last name, happens to be a pretty big guy at Dodge. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a pretty, you know, important person. And he personally told us that they are only making the Dodge Demon in automatics. So here I have a disabled Army vet telling me he can't get a Demon because it only comes in a manual. So as soon as I heard that, there's like a little twig in my head that snapped and I got pissed off. So I sent him a message back on Snapchat and I was like, well, the head guy at Dodge told me and everyone at the event they're only making automatic Challengers or automatic Demons. I basically told him that, and he took the screenshot and sent it to the rep from the dealership he was talking about. And the guy, you know, he was like, you know, I'm sorry, that's all I've been told, that's what they told me. If that dude is telling him that information and that's all he knows, if that's what he's been told, then that's okay. But the person higher up is the one that I guess pissed me off, because one, don't lie to consumers. You know, if you don't know something, then don't tell them that that's not how it is. Because, you know, out of anyone, I believe someone who has fought for our country and suffered because of it should be the one be able to get one of these cars. And, you know, to have someone give false information, I mean, that's kind of shitty. And also on the color thing, you know, they have plenty of other colors. I actually showed him a list of colors that they do have available. So yeah, guys, that just really pissed me off. And I'm tired of these dealers. You know, they get a new car in, they market $20,000 more than it's worth just because people want it. You know, they're giving people false information. I know we've all seen it. They've been like, oh, fella, this fucking car will pop a wheelie come out fucking starting line. You know, that's just why I hate dealerships, is because of all this false information that they feed consumers. This may have just been an honest mistake, but you know, when you're a big company like that, a big dealership, and you're, you know, fooling with cars like that, you should know your facts. Especially if an average person like me knows more of what they're talking about than they do, and that's like their job. So as far as this dude getting a Demon, he's still going to try to get a Demon. I guess he's going to go to the dealership that he bought his Hellcat from and talk to them about it. Hopefully they know more shit about it than the people he was talking to. And if he does end up getting one, I'm definitely going to be making a trip down to ride in that bitch. And this dude, you know, he Snapchatted me and he's like, bro, if I get a Demon, you're definitely coming down here and doing a video on it, because I want to show all these motherfuckers that I can drive with the rest of them. Because he was telling me, he's like, you know, people ask me who drives my car, and he's like, bitch, I do. I'd like to see this motherfucker get sideways in one of those. It'd be pretty sweet. But yeah, guys, if you're in the market for a new car, make sure you do your own research before you contact the dealership and shit like that, because these motherfuckers don't know anything. I do have some new stuff I'm gonna be doing with the Challenger here soon. I know some of you guys are tired of seeing it, and some of you guys love seeing it. But within the next month or two, we will have some big things happening to it. Hopefully, I gotta contact people to get a hold of my people and talk to their people and stuff like that. But we will be putting some power adding mods on this, and hopefully we can make it pretty fast. We can turn it from a yacht into a speedboat. But that's all I have to say for today, guys. So I'll catch you later, and have a good day.
Ride through in a hatchback, juked out in that all black, move 5'2" on a snapback, cause I move that, son, I own that. That's empire, that's building up. Got a lot, but can't get enough. Hot dog and I'm catching up. Y'all better start on resting up. We the ones, so we do to us. You a liability, bitches kill me. You were blind to it, now you feel me. That's braille, that's real. Doing bigger numbers than your major deal. You still thinking you a major deal?